So if you've been joining us on the live stream, you will have seen action and lights all behind us, and we thought that we would kind of show you what's happening here on the show floor. I'm going to start just over here because this is one demo that I had in Barcelona for the very first time a few months ago. Sorry, can we just see in for just 1 second? Yeah, perfect. So you can see here, this is called the HTC Revive. So this is a virtual reality headset that comes with a couple of controllers. Now, over here on the side is where you can see what he's seeing. This is a great demo. This is the whale demo. So I think there's, I'm going to say 36 sensors maybe on his face. Is it more? How many sensors are in the headset?
I'm not sure.
No one's sure. Anyway, so when you see the front of the headset, it's full of sensors. So it has very accurate movements, which are fantastic. So you can see he's looking around, and there's actually perfect coordination between what he's seeing on the display and what's happening on his face. And this is one of the things that's most important about virtual reality that hasn't been nailed in a lot of things that have been happening on other iterations. Oculus Rift. So you don't feel sick, and that's one of the reasons why I think virtual reality is really here. Now, the opening demo of this, or the opening scene of this demo, is you're standing there, and then it goes to this white grid, and literally you're in the holodeck. You guys better be Trekkies, because honestly, the holodeck is here, and that is something that I've been waiting for years. All right, so we're going to keep on walking around and see what we can see. So this is actually pretty interesting. I'm going to see if maybe, is it possible for you to show us that demo with the plane and the 360 camera? Is that on here? Plane? Yeah, when the plane is flying and you can real-time navigate around.
Several demos running.
All right. So what we've got here is, sure, no problem. I'll just explain what's going on. So Thunderbolt, it's obviously a high data connection, and what we've got up here is a series of GoPros. This setup is actually very common these days. You're seeing this happen a lot. But what Intel is doing is actually something that's pretty unique. So they've taken the camera, and well, my favorite demo is when it's on a plane, and then you can actually, within the media software, you can kind of scroll around real time in the video, right? Maybe we won't find this particular video, but we'll find something fairly similar. Oh. We're restarting. We'll come back. So there's a lot of new possibilities with the type of bandwidth technology that is available here. So what else do we have here? We have models on bikes. All right. This is always something that's very exciting. So this is the Recon Jet. All right. What are you guys showing here?
Are you from my Mobile Geeks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to see you. This is a Recon Jet. It's a spot glasses with an on-screen display.
There we go. So can you tell us about the headset?
Yeah, sure. It's a headset. I'm not sure if it's a headset with an on-screen display, and if you're bicycling or running, everything it shows on the display. It has an eye-tracking camera. If you look at the display, it turns on, and if you look on the street, it turns off. That's a new technology, an Intel company.
Excellent. So it also has features on the side where you can navigate and scroll through. Now, this isn't virtual reality, this is augmented reality. So this is actually the year where we're starting to see this type of head-mounted display actually become kind of successful or useful. Because in the past, honestly, I used to feel nauseous. Oh, but now I don't feel sick. Now, what do we have here? So this is also the show of the enormous laptop. If you can't carry it and you need a wheelie bag, it's probably been released at this show. It's not personally my bag, but I really do understand why a lot of people love it. So there we've got, that's just yoga. Now let's head over here. We're gonna sneak back to ASUS. Yeah, we can make it. And I'm gonna show you a device that I'm actually very excited about. So it's installing Windows right now, it's excellent. But this is the ZenBook UX305. So it's on this side too? Well, I'll just close the lid here. We can show off this one. So the ZenBook is, ASUS has been making it for quite a while, but if you kind of look at it, it has a really nice sleek profile, and this is actually getting a Skylake refresh. So it's only 1.3 kilos, which if you're looking for something on the ultra portable scene, this is definitely a device that you should look into getting, because it has a QHD display, and once you have these high resolution displays, things are just a lot more clear. But the reason why I'm a little more keen on these high resolution displays these days is that Windows 10 is there with kind of the scaling and the adaptability, whereas in previous years on 8.1, I haven't been as confident. Sorry, Microsoft. I do love your operating system. So ASUS also has some interesting little tablets here. We saw these at Computex. These were released. This is the ZenPad 8.1, and this is actually an accessory that was just released here at the show. So this is actually a DTS speaker. So it clips on to the tablet, and then we have a soundbar within here. There's also some variations on it that come with an external battery. So you can actually bump up the amount of battery life given to your tablet. Okay, we still have some room here. It's quite ambitious for us to be walking around the show floor, but this is a simulator. Excuse me, can I just get through here? Would that be okay? Thank you. All right. So here we have a racing simulator. Now this isn't the same one from IDF a few weeks ago, where Sasha actually had a RealSense camera on there so that you could actually see the scene would change depending on where you're looking. Unfortunately, no RealSense camera, but we do have some amazing simulator technology here. Now, this one last thing that I'm gonna sneak around to is right over here. Look at this. It's a BMW bicycle, motorcycle, not a push bike. There's also some very interesting stuff happening with the way that you can interact with your vehicles. Now, riding a motorcycle, you don't have the same possibilities for GPS like you do in a car, or just the amount of control that you have, because both of your hands need to be on the wheel. So Intel has been working with a few startups to actually do some higher level of integration. So you can see here that you can connect to your phone. I mean, clearly your phone wouldn't be sitting here when you're riding your bike around town, but we have built-in displays. There's GoPros here on the front, and there's actually the ability to have a headset inside the helmet where you can actually talk to your car in order to, or not talk to your car, talk to your bicycle. This is a bicycle. So you can actually talk to it. See how they have voice automation. Now, we're at kind of an end here. The only other thing that I do want to point out, I don't know if you can see through there, that there's a car race track just on the other side of the simulator. So Intel has really kind of taken the time to make this a little more interactive, because IFA is really about having the consumers play with the products, really get their hands on, see what's coming up, make some interesting buying decisions for Christmas, because this is honestly the time of year that you want to make these decisions, because last year's products are cheap, this year's products are coming up, so this is really one of the more exciting times of year. So, heading past, let's just stop in and check out Acer. So let's just check out this all-in-one. So it comes with Windows 10. This is actually released here at the show. This is the Acer Switch 11V. So it is detachable. I can't detach it because I'm holding a microphone. But you can see that Acer has a great chiclet keyboard here. And this is the new 2-in-1 variety style of computer. So you can kind of flip it, turn it around, close it up like a laptop. And the thing that I like about this new lineup is that they've taken the time to kind of make slightly nicer finish on it. So like, this is not an expensive device. It's very affordable, and they have this really great casing on it, which honestly, in previous generations of Acer products, I haven't been that happy with the finish on their budget devices. It kind of felt a bit cheap and plasticky, but their new lineup that they've released here at IFA actually has like a really nice solid finish on it. So we're back here to the ginormous laptops. We have the guys on the bicycle. Where'd your crowd go? Where'd your crowd go?
Oh, well, they saw you and then they wanted to make a space for you.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, but I mean, it's amazing to see the types of demos that Intel has here on the show floor.
That's what we're trying to experience. Intel experience inside. That's it.
Intel experience inside. All right. So we're back here with a 360 camera. So do you have a demo to show us?
Yes. So here's a video I've shot from the booth. So it gives you the full 360. I can spin it around. I can look straight up. I can go completely spin around. So it changes your camera angle from typical camera to wherever you are.
So you see, like, this is a moving video, right? Definitely a moving video. This isn't a static photo. This is actually a lot of compute power. So can you talk about how this is happening?
It's happening from, you notice I've got one little cable here. So this little cable goes to a docking station in the back. Now this is not a normal dock. This dock has a graphical processor in it. So the GPU, what they call it, is over here. So I've got one cable that's providing all the data and the power, everything. So it's actually charging this laptop. There's no other cables here at all, you notice.
Oh, yeah.
So it's truly a single cable docking solution. I sit down, I plug it in, charges my laptop, I get all the extra horsepower, the external dock, and I can go up to a 4K monitor. So this supports up to 2 4K monitors.
Excellent. So this is the power of Thunderbolt 3.
Correct. It sure is.
Excellent. So lots of exciting technologies heading our way that really allow you to kind of cut the cord, because Intel has been talking a lot about cord cutting, and we have, well, they're somewhere around the booth, but you also have the whole wireless charging for laptops that's coming. Now we have something here that I want to show you that's behind glass. So this is a Dynabook. This is just a prototype device. It doesn't have a name, but you can see that it is a super thin 2-in-1 computer. Now what makes Toshiba rather interesting with their design choices is that they have a concept of pen first, where they want the user to feel like they still have paper, right? Because a lot of people do have affinity for paper. I am definitely one of them. I write my lists every day, and I have a great joy with checking off boxes. And so Toshiba is one of the very few companies actually that really has a focus on high-level pen integration. So if you look at the display, you can see that they're definitely showing off the varying levels of pressure sensitivity that are available with the display and the pen feature, because you can see the Alice in Wonderland, the little drawing there, that you definitely have varying pressure points, and that's something that comes with increasing the ability of your display technology. So we're back to the HTC Vive and a kind of look at where we're going here with virtual and augmented reality. Now I'm going to take one short little walk here this way. That works for you guys, right? I wish the video team could take a video of themselves making this magic happen, of me walking around the booth here, because there's tons of people dropping stuff, and there's a big cable. So if we head to the middle of the booth, you can see there's this great display show all the way around. We have a bunch of their new products here in the center. So we have the Basis Peak right over there. You can see that this actually turns into an amazing light show. And later in the day, I'm sure you've heard it on the live stream. If you haven't, tune in towards the end of the day, because this is almost like a club. The lights come on, the panels just have this like crazy light effect, and then it's really, really loud, and it's pretty much like the most intense experience for a show floor at a booth that you can pretty much always have. So if we keep heading up over here, I just want to point out to you that we have to look up right now. So this is another thing that happens. It happens on the hour, and we decided not to do the walkthrough of the booth while this is happening, because they turn down the lights, and then Igor, that's his name, he descends from above, and then there are people dressed in black, and then they make him dance for us. It is very trippy. It's very trippy. And it's definitely not something that I would expect from a company like Intel. Well, I do expect it from them, but when you think Intel, some people might think that they're like a big, huge, semiconductor company that's a little bit stuffy, but not at all. This booth has been just a bed of insanity at sometimes. So a few nights ago, there was a show from Dachkind, which I personally didn't know because they're a German electro party band, but they had a stage here with tons of moving parts. The guys were in costumes, and then towards the end of the show, he was crowd surfing in a small boat and then covered the entire booth with 1 foot of feathers deep. the entire booth, which is really just unbelievable. So we have Igor from above, a floor that turns into games during various times of the show. And then we have girls in sweatpants running around, and we have people on bikes everywhere. So this has just been kind of this, I wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of what it was like to be here, to kind of look down from the studio and go, wow, IFA, it's really happening. So I'm going to send it back to the studio, where we have a really interesting interview coming up next, because I'm just going to go and get ready for it. So when I went to visit the Samsung booth, I came across the Human Fit project, right? And it's fashion influences technology. So this isn't just about fashion and tech. It's about fashion first and then technology. Hopefully we're going to have a model. So I'm really excited to kind of show this to you, because Samsung is selling a suit. Not just NFC on a suit, they're selling the entire thing. So there's a lot of interesting things to come. We'll see you guys back here in just a few short minutes.